I'm going to talk kind of off the cuff right now about something I touched on in a previous video, which is technology and innovation within firearm manufacturers. This is a Colt 1903 in 32 auto. This is a Smith & Wesson Shield in 40. Now, these guns are separated by more than 100 years. To put this in perspective, the age of this firearm, which by the way works perfectly fine, even though it's 100 years old, and was reliable enough to be Army issue both in the United States and overseas. Okay, this gun came out before human beings had powered flight. In December of 1903, when you could walk into a store and buy this gun, the Wright brothers were just having their first flight. Let's go forward 110 years. We have a Smith & Wesson Shield that comes out. We are on the eve of commercial space flight. And what we see here and here really is so similar, it's not even funny. The major thing that we can talk about in innovation with this firearm is the fact that part of it's made out of plastic. Okay? This happened in the 80s with Glock. Sure, other people were involved in it, but that's really the only thing that separates these two firearms. Now I know you're going to say this is 32, this is 40. 40 is twice as powerful as 32. Sure, that's very true. Okay, but you're telling me in 100 years you can't make a? I mean, these guns are almost identical in size. In fact, the 32 is appreciably thinner. There's not much of a weight difference actually, considering their overall lengths are similar. This has a 3-something inch barrel. This has a I think it's 3.1. This is 3 3/4. Dimensionally they're not that different. In fact, this area of the gun here from the ejection port back is actually less or equal to this, a gun that is 100 years newer. I don't really think that something like a Smith & Wesson Shield really represents any kind of significant step forward. If they could produce this 110 years ago, I mean, this is that predates so many things, it's not even funny. I mean, go back and look at the year 1903 when this came out. That was a world away from where we are now, and yet we're this much further ahead in time, and this is the best that we can be given. And it's not, and the reason that this is the best that we are given now is not because I can't make something like this. I refuse to believe you couldn't make one of these in 40. I really find it hard to believe. But Smith & Wesson knows that they can trim a little bit off the barrel, a little bit off the grip, boom. Now they have a new carry gun that everyone's going to buy because they know the Smith & Wesson product line, and they're comfortable with it, and they sell a bunch of these. I mean, Glock does this, XD does this. I think that at least the XDS probably has something up on this gun. But they're not really incentivized to go and spend a bunch of money and give us good products because they know their competitors aren't going to do it. And so they can get away with having a gun that, I mean, half this gun, this is where like the firing pin lives. That's pretty much all this is here. There's more from the breech face or the where the shell casing starts back than there is forward. I mean, it's just, and look how high this is. Look at this. I mean, there's all this space inside this gun, that's not used, and but they can get away with it because they don't need to make this any better. I mean, there's really only one company that's kind of making something innovative, which is that Rothbard or whatever it is that's loading backwards. That's kind of cool. So you take something like this that was really impressive when it came out, and you can look at this, and this spawns in 1911, which everyone loves. Okay, what is this going to spawn? It's not going to spawn anything. It's just a product that they know they can sell, and it's just a little bit better. They don't want to make anything that's a lot better, because then that would be disruptive to the market. But they just make something that's a little bit better. So yeah, I would love to see this exact gun in 9mm. That would be freaking awesome, even in all metal. All right.